When I was a child, evil stole my smile, took my family's life away, I swore I'd make it pay, but I was afraid, and I've felt since that day. But on my parents' grave I swear I will not fail today. No, I will not fail today. Goodness fills my holes, and though I stand alone, decency's my destiny. I will not fail today. I have lived through pain. I've been beaten, sicked, and shamed. Well, they will see what I can be. I will not fail today. When I was a child, evil stole my smile, took my family's life away. I swore I'd make it pay, but I have been afraid, and I've failed since that day. What on my parents' grave I swear I will not fail. I cannot fail. I may not fail today. Today.
Hashtag Hobo Mustard. This is John Rambo Presents the show. My name is John, and I'm joined by, he stores the real Infinity Stones in his pants. Trust me, you've shown me many times. Ladies and gentlemen, OJ is here.
Hello!
Johnny boy.
Hey there, man. You always get the video when I'm inhaling.
What are you inhaling, sir?
Air.
Wow. Many things come to light in the intros of the show. How you doing there, sir?
Doing all right. You're looking well.
Well, of course I am. Was there any thought that I wouldn't be?
No, I didn't think you wouldn't be. But
this is the true,
I see you're doing well.
The true example of beauty in this world of ours. The sick world. There's at least one example of beauty is my face, or the nose, or the pimple that's on my nose right now. But how is everyone doing out there? I wish everyone could just hear people. They could just chime in at certain points. Imagine that. I was thinking about this earlier. How wonderful that would be.
If they could just speak up and send.
Or if we could hit a button, it would just open the floodgates. It'd be like opening the gates of hell, basically. But
oh gosh,
you just open it, and you just hear the voices. OJ, I love your body. Make it move. Things like that would be heard.
Then we really would all be on the taking the hobo mustard.
John, what do you have on today? This is a very strange attire. Look like you're going on a boat or something, or it's like a boat taxi. You know what that is?
Yeah, it's weird. A water taxi?
A water taxi. Looks like you're going to drive a water taxi. And Jaws is going to come, and a whole thing will happen.
Yeah,
what's going on?
This is the shirt I wore to work today. I just opened it up, and it's over the other shirt I wore to work today.
Yes.
And then I put on my old cabbie hat.
What's going on underneath the hat? You look a little lighter to me.
Yeah. Funny story.
Is this a big reveal? Hold on. Oh. Hold on, let me get you up here. Let's do this properly.
Well, you asked.
What's happened to you? What is going on? You reverted to teenage OJ.
I think this is. I don't know how this compares to teenage OJ.
Let's see the back.
But
what has happened here? Was there an accident?
I don't know. It's crazy.
A water taxi accident. The hair caught in the motor. Tell us the story.
So, well, on Saturday we spent 6 or 7 hours cleaning the house.
Yeah.
And Carol Ann opened up the door to the garage and just took the broom and just poked underneath the door. And this gigantic mass of hair came out. And she's like, that's all yours. Went to clean the Roomba. The Roomba is completely paralyzed by my hair. The vacuum is paralyzed by my hair.
The hair's taking control.
It's basically taken control. And
well, you know,
I
if
promised...
if you clean it like, you know, weekly or something, it doesn't build as much, you know, and then you could have the hair. But just saying.
Well,
if you wait like a year and then you go, wait, there's so much hair. Yeah.
I also promised that, like, when we got through episode 9,
yes,
I would consider cutting it shorter.
Which we were free of the constraints of Hole Punch.
I didn't want to mess with Hole Punch.
You don't want to screw Hole Punch over.
But I mean, I don't know. I was getting frustrated.
It better grow back.
Never grow it back.
I said it better grow back.
It will eventually.
You're getting frustrated with being caught in like doorways, people stepping on it.
It was just driving me nuts. Like it would take me literally 20 minutes in the shower to do my hair. I know this because I have basically gotten in and out of the dude. Went into the bathroom, brushed my teeth, used the toilet, everything in and out in less than a half hour. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's gone. There's no more. You still got a good amount there, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
plans to regrow. What's the story here?
I don't know. A lot of people say that I should have just cut it short. Other people say that
many opinions
I should have left it long.
It's a great debate.
Yeah, one of my friends at work keeps calling me Shirley Temple.
OJshair.com. There's a great debate going on right now. You can all hashtag it. Hashtag OJ Locks.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, like, I've got like phantom hair.
Oh, you feel it?
Like the first day I went to go shampoo my hair, I just kept doing this. Like, I gotta shampoo my.
What happened to me?
There's nothing here.
What's happened to my body?
It was really weird. Somebody asked how often I washed my hair per month.
Yeah, every day.
And you know how bad it is to wash your hair every day? It's really bad.
People saw the video where I took the hat off. They know. I don't really know about this.
Well, I washed my hair every day, which is really bad.
Hair is such a big deal on this program. It's unbelievable. What's under the hat? OJ's hair. Yeah. What's going on with it? It's mostly about hair. Deal. This is a show about hair.
Give me a show with hair. Yeah, long, beautiful hair.
Exactly. Well, that's that. I don't know. I mean, OJ's free from my my grasp and my control at this point.
Well,
manipulation was more like it.
We did do some test runs, and I can easily revert to ponytail mode.
You have like wigs and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay, for the big budget Hollywood movie, we start filming in a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bay's taking over for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna basically sell out, stay at home, and he's taking you away. Hole Punch will be like a giant mutant, like the Ninja Turtle. Like he became like the Hulk. He'll be like the Hulk.
A friend of mine saw the Turtles movie.
Oh yeah, a lot of people
liked
saw
it.
It was the #1 movie in the nation. I didn't see it.
He said
I saw some movies.
We'll talk about better than all the negative press, but I really don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, someone took the plastic off my key.
We have a code to give away as we begin here. This is from Torberin. There's a code for the game Evil Quest on Steam. I've never heard of this game before. Have you heard of Evil Quest? I think OJ's gone. Yeah, he's completely gone. We don't need him for this part anyway. I can only assume that it's a combination of the Evil Dead and EverQuest combined. And that's what I hope it is. So I'm going to put that in the chat right now as OJ frantically tries to come back to us as we ignore him. There's the code. Whoa. I can't put the code. You got to put the code here. I'm going to IMU the code. Okay? Right. Here's the code for the game. And you're going to put that in the chat for the people. Yes, and if you would like to join us in the chat someday, if you have some time, I know it's late at night for some people, or early in the morning for some people, it's not a very convenient time. It's a convenient time for us, that's the most important thing, that's the only thing I really care about. But if you would like to join us in the live stream of the show, is at twitch.tv/TheRamborgian, or StayBallsy.com/live, that's where you could find us. I wasn't even planning on plugging that, it just kind of worked its way into the show, you know? Did you plug? Did you put it in?
Are you guys ready?
It's like a event. Okay, go ahead.
And boop.
Okay.
Shortly after that boop, or shortly before you hear that boop, you should have your code.
Wow. They fight over it. And they go play the game. They turn off the show and they go play the game. Isn't that interesting? So, John, it was 1 week ago. 1 week ago today. Certainly a pleasant day. I don't think we could ask for a better reaction than we got, honestly. Many wonderful comments. You know, it's interesting. If even one person says they like it, it's always a surprise to me.
Yeah, that's always good.
It's always it's always.
It shouldn't be a surprise. They should all dude, come on, you know you've got something.
But it's, even though like you've done this many times before, even as soon as one person's like, "This is good," it's like, "Oh, thank God." You know, it's a weird thing, but many comments putting us over. We do like that. You know, people put us over. I'd say a majority of people that did witness it, that did watch it, did like it. Many other people though left out in the cold. They did not. They don't even know it exists. And they're not.
Can you raise my volume? They can't. They're saying the volume's.
I could raise your volume. I could. It doesn't mean I'm going to. All right, I got you.
Yeah, Seraphic says volume's way too low too.
Well, yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's what happens when the Skype call falls apart. But you know. So anyway, as I was saying, many people did not participate. They don't even know. They don't even know it's out there for them. They unfortunately for them, they got left out. And it kind of dawns on me. We talked about this before. We're kind of like on our own island, John, right? Our own little island. And the internet's kind of like a big party, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to go to the party. But once they get there, they realize that, you know, everyone's telling the same jokes, kind of regurgitating the same things, you know. But we're not at the party, my friends. We're out in the parking lot, most likely in a circle. You know what I'm talking about. And we're all enjoying ourselves much more. And it's like once in a while, someone at the party looks out the window and sees us, and they're just kind of like, what are these idiots doing? And that's the way it is. But
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
So out of all the comments, we saw many awesome ones. And thank you for all of them.
Seriously.
But there's one in particular that I singled out because it does put us over like the others do, but it also kind of captured what I was going for, what I had in mind with Hole Punch's final speech, right? His big long monologue, 10 minutes of just OJ talking.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't drive you insane.
Oh, it did. I'm pretty far gone, but we're here. It's all right, right? We were pretty worried about that whole thing, right? It was like 10 minutes of person talking. You don't really see that. It's not very common, right? And movies or TV or anything, but it was like kind of like we can do whatever we want and let's go for it. See what happens with that. Seems like people like it, but there's one comment in particular I want to read to you. And it comes to us from Lone Storm Trooper, who I know is a long-time listener of the show. Mm-hmm. He says, "This is not just the culmination of Schnozman and Hole Punch. This is the culmination of John's entire time on YouTube since his channel's inception. The ending serves as an appropriate metaphor to all that JohnRamboPresents has been and all it could be in the future. Cheers to you, John, and all those you've worked with, and cheers to the next several years, what they may bring into all of your lives. But above all else, stay ballsy." So I think what he kind of figured out is along the way, Hole Punch kind of became us, right? Kind of became the channel or what we're doing, right? It's like the embodiment of what we're trying to accomplish.
All like everything that we were like, it was funny. The story was kind of mirroring the struggle to get everything out there.
Right. Like he just wants to become a hero. He's looking for his certain goals, certain dreams, just doesn't seem to be able to reach. Kind of us in a way, trying to make this thing, and the difficulties of going through it and trying to get someplace, right? And then in the final monologue, he says, Hole Punch talks about, "I may not be a global celebrity. There may never be a Hole Punch action figure or television series." And I kind of put that together from my own perspective, right? Because you and I, Joe, we may never be global celebrities with millions of fans. Believe it or not.
It might never happen.
There may never be a John Rambo action figure or an OJ lunchbox. We may never have a television series or anything beyond what we currently have now. But just like Hole Punch said, to those that do find us, that do follow our cause, what we always promise to be is good, is the very best, is to give you the very best that we have. You know?
To try our hardest, no matter what.
Right, for those that are there.
Yeah.
Right? And so we promise to give you every drop of blood, sweat, tears, and mysterious
and other
substances.
Juices.
Mysterious juices. Can't talk about what they are, but they do cause staining, so be careful. And tonight's program, we just may have a few drops left for you. Right? That being said, I've got OJ here. We're talking about, go into some detail about the episode, some certain things that are going on. And at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mr. Ed Trotta will join us for the first time in, I believe, 2 months. He's been away from us, sadly.
We've been missing him. Whoa, yes. Something beeped out a storm.
Yeah?
Oh, I know what it is. Okay.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, there's someone
coming for you?
No, someone else is logged into my computer, and when they get a message, it beeps in my ear.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. So I'll know not to freak out next time I hear a random beep.
Okay.
Isn't technology grand?
Yours isn't. Most people's are. But
okay. So
there's a lot to get into with the episode 9. I don't even really know where to begin with it. It was kind of funny because last week we did a live broadcast of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
In the usual time slot of the show, and we kind of talked about, we debated, like, should that be the launch of it, like the debut, right?
Yeah.
And then we kind of decided that we'll just put it on YouTube first, right? So everyone kind of has a fair crack at it. People don't have to stay up till like 5 a.m. and stuff like that. But it kind of worked out because the stream crashed several times. We were playing it. So it would have been really disappointing after all that. It was like, here's the debut, and then just, people can't even watch it.
Yeah. So, well, you were right, though. You made the right call, definitely.
Sometimes I have my moments.
You often have your moments.
Let's see here. Where do you want to go with this?
Well,
I want to thank some people, but I want to say, if you liked what you saw, please spread it like the filthy disease that it is. I want to say, if it's out there, it's for everyone's consumption. It's not something that's monetized, so you can feel free to download it.
We should give it the Creative Commons license.
I don't want to go that far. I don't even know what that is, honestly. But
okay.
You do whatever you want with the thing. You want to make, upload certain scenes of it, make art out of it, whatever you want to do. Spread it. Spread it like, like a relish is spread on some bread. Spread it like a disease on your eyeballs. Spread across the eyes. Right? There's a couple things in there, like the course of the series I was real proud of that we set up over time.
Like the long-running schemes. And
some of this stuff, because it was a 2.5-year project, right? So some of this stuff we set up so long ago, and you're just kind of waiting for the culmination of it.
Yeah.
And we know the things. I just want to tell everyone, but you can't.
No. Spoilers.
And you want to kind of put some highlight certain things. And be like, pay attention to this. Come on, look at this. Something's going to happen with that, but you can't do it because it'll ruin it.
No. Then they'll know it's coming.
So one of them was the trash bag.
Yeah.
Tell us about the trash bag.
So we decided a long time ago that
that was one of the original things that we came up with.
Mm-hmm. Well, we decided that Hole Punch was going to try and get Schnozman to do chores, and Schnozman was going to have none of it. Like, nope, this is not going to happen. You can just stop right now. Just give up. But we decided that we were going to have him keep asking him to take out the trash over and over and over again, and Schnozman was never going to do it.
Yeah.
Then finally, at the end, Schnozman was going to break down and he was going to take out the trash.
Right.
And that was going to be what ended up saving the day.
Right. There was many different versions of it. One of them is like he didn't really even mean to help Hole Punch. He just throws the bag out the window. Yeah. And there's many different versions. But it always had something to do with his trash bag. And the bag itself goes back to episode 5 in the beginning. Because Hole Punch throws out all the stuff from the party into this bag. And then it's sitting there for many episodes. And every time you see that table, it's there.
Though, if you think about it, I mean, all that trash is Hole Punch's trash. Like, he should deal with that.
It's a combo trash. They both live there.
Well, yeah, but if it's party trash...
trash now.
If it's party trash, I mean, did he even ask Schnozman if he could host a party?
He did not, actually, no.
Yeah, so... Hole Punch isn't as innocent as he seems.
He did drive his former roommate insane, so there you go.
Yeah, just more proof that... he had a lot of growing up to do. Bam!
And then a couple other things like the plunger. I mean, like the hole plunge. He has it all the time. And you never really see him use it. I mean, the hobo got hit with it. It was the only time, but it was kind of like, you didn't really get to see a lot, and it wasn't really intentional. So you go like 2.5 years of build-up of like this plunger. What does it do? No one's ever been hit with it, like his main tool, you know?
Yeah, and so far all it does is make hobos scream.
Right. But, I mean, you finally build to the moment where it means something if he uses it, right?
Yeah.
And then, again, the same kind of thing with Schnozman, never been outside the apartment and never shown outside before. Any of the episodes.
And then he finally does. I mean, heck, he spends so much time. The only time he gets even close to going outside before he actually does is when he's in his own mind.
Even that's in the apartment, though.
Exactly.
So it's like all about this little box, right? It's all metaphorical stuff, right? You put yourself in a box. Right? The mask, you know. Like the mage said, does not cover as much as you think. That mask you wear all the time, right?
The mask you refuse to take off.
Yeah, there you go. OJ knows. He watched it. OJ watched it. And then like the big thing is the mage in Demondo, which would kind of be the next arc, right? It would be heavy with those characters. But
oh yeah.
You go back to episode 1. At the end of episode 1, I believe Hole Punch mentions the future, what will happen to me. It looks like a predator of the night or something like that. And where are you, White Mage? I haven't seen you since you fixed my leg.
Yeah, and then you just never hear from her until later, a little bit later.
And then episode 4, he mentions like he's having the party. I'm gonna have this party. I wish she could come. He doesn't say her name at that point. He's like, I wish she could come there. You know, so you kind of planted those seeds. And what you basically have is, you know, they have some kind of history together. The White Mage and Hole Punch. We don't really know. We know she fixed his leg.
Yeah.
There's maybe some sort of a love thing going on with Hole Punch. Maybe some sort of a crush on her, perhaps.
That's what it sounded like to me.
She wants him to cut his hair, maybe? No, I don't know. But, yeah, it's what it sounded like to you, right? So, I think the mage kind of watches over him and is watching this whole thing transpire. And obviously helps him, as you know in the episode. You know, leads the hobo doctor to him. Yeah,
saves his life again.
And then kind of works on Schnozman to try to get him to assist and help Hole Punch, you know.
And himself. Yeah, because she know like he's going to die. He has mortally poisoned himself, basically.
Yeah. So then what we set up at the end is also if you go back to episode 7, we'll talk about Demondo now. Hole Punch talks about Demondo. Demondo is the dude that killed Hole Punch's parents in a slip and slide of doom by basically killing his father, the janitor, and his mother by making him slide down a hallway outside of a window, landing on the car Hole Punch was inside of.
Yeah, what a way to go.
Yes, an act of jealousy and revenge, because Hole Punch's father discovered who he was and reported him and all that stuff. Hole Punch believed Demondo to be dead. We thought he killed himself after killing his parents.
That was what he wanted.
But as we find out at the end of this thing, Mr. Ed Trotta playing Demondo, is that Demondo lives. He is the CEO and the top guy in the Epic Mail. And not only that, he is the father of the White Mage.
Dun, dun,
they both have kind of similar abilities and powers, right? In this special realm, they kind of both can go inside, right? And kind of manipulate things. So I mean, it's a really fun thing to be able to play with. Would be this thing where Hole Punch loves the mage. It's like his love interest. She's captured out by her father, who is his worst enemy.
And he doesn't even know it.
And he doesn't even know this yet. So you get to the point where he finds out how I can only imagine the monologues where he's talking about this. Right? I mean, it's just so love. What is it? You know, it lurks like a predator of the night or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, that'd be a fun little toy to mess with, right?
Family.
There you go.
I had a family.
Oh, gosh. Maybe the song Love. What is love?
What is
Baby,
love?
don't hurt me.
Demondo.
Insert whole joke. My holes throb. Yeah.
Throbbing.
I only want to fill her holes with my love or something. Maybe something like that. Something clever. I don't know. We'd have to work on it.
Do we have to work on it?
No. So that's what's going on there, you know. I don't know. I think it's fun stuff. You know. So I guess the question would be like, is there more coming, right? Since you kind of put this together, the answer is pretty much no.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you look at it, it's grown way beyond what we could do on our own.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have to keep topping ourselves, and there's really
how
do we top that?
There's two choices.
Resources?
Like we could try to make something that wouldn't be what I really want to do because we just don't have the means to do it at the time, or just can't do it. So the only way we could continue is if something would have to happen where we could do things properly and you know, film over the course of like 2 weeks instead of like eight months when people are around, and we have like a person that, you know, can, you know, help with things, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's got to grow bigger than what we can handle. It just got so big.
You'd want to be able to compensate all the actors. People, you know, these guys all work real hard.
Yeah, and they've all got other stuff going on too.
Yeah, everyone's got jobs and all kinds of things, and they still all show up and give us their best, which is an amazing thing. Yeah, like I'm like just the amount of talent and hard work that these folks are putting in. Yeah. So if a situation arose where we had the proper things to do it, then maybe it could happen. Well, we will see what the future holds for us. Yes. It looks like a predator of the night. Perhaps. We'd have to have like a prop person. They just maintain the props. Yep. I lose things. Well, it's difficult, you know. I mean, I can barely keep track of my own stuff. We were the crew, man. Like, when you got the three villains in the car and all that stuff with the three of them, the crew was just OJ and I. Yeah, we had to do everything. And then it's like you're trying to focus so much on the lines and what people are doing, and then you're like, oh crap, there's like, you know, there's a book bag and why is there a lemur on set? How did you get one? Those things are expensive. Rare. Yeah. In danger. But you never know what the future could hold, my friends. I will tell you, I do have so many ideas for it, and what you basically saw was just the origin of the characters. Yeah, you just saw the intro story. Like, there's so much more that... I mean, we've talked out a lot of content. Schnozman and Hole Punch have only just become a unit. Yeah, this is for the... Like, only in one episode was there actually really a Schnozman and Hole Punch working together. Yeah, as Schnozman and Hole Punch. For like 10 seconds. Yeah. So all you saw was, like, why are these two characters a team and why are they together? Like, that's what you saw. And then you kind of saw like the beginning of the real villain, like the Shredder, or like the top guy that would be the Green Goblin or something, you know. Ooh, the Goblin Joker, already. Whatever, like the top dude. He's only been there for like 10 seconds. The big bad, as Buffy would say. Right. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what she says to you with your new haircut. But I see. Yeah. So that's that. We'll see what the future is for us. I don't know. I think what I definitely want to do is like, I'm going to flesh out a bunch of stuff, just so I don't forget the ideas we have and whatnot, and we shall see. But I believe we're going to try to do some sort of a DVD, Blu-ray thing. Yeah, if we can figure out the production thing. I think last week we were a little more confident about this, but then looking at it, I'm like, oh my god. So a couple different options. We can make it ourselves. Yeah. But it seems like it could be a pretty timely thing to have to burn all these discs and somehow check them for errors. And it's not just like, okay, let's take all the episodes that exist right now that you can watch for free and just put them on a disc. What I really want to do is like a ton of special content. You're talking deleted stuff. You're talking outtakes of things. Believe me, there are a lot of outtakes. You have no idea. I want to go back to the original episodes and improve like the audio and the video on those and really just make a really nice thing. Just like completely over the top with quality. A real cohesive package. Yeah. If you know what I mean. Whoa. So, we got to do a little more research on that. Hopefully it's something we can pull off. And if you're interested in that, please let us know. Yeah, so if you have information on this topic that you could... Or if it's something you would actually want, I don't think we would charge a lot for it. I don't want to speculate. Maybe, what was it, under $30, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
If it's something that you would actually want to get, considering it's got all this extra stuff to it, and it's like the improved original episodes and all that.
Yeah,
let us know in some capacity, because I think the worst thing that could happen is if I spend 3 months working on this, and we film all this. I also want to do, like, you know, of course, all the commentary tracks, like several different tracks, like one with
different people and
yeah, exactly. So I don't want. I think the worst thing that could happen is if we work on this for like months and months, and then you know, no one wants it.
That would be sad.
So it's kind of a hard thing to figure out where to put the time, because the time's kind of at a premium. So it's like, where do you put it? What do you put it into?
It's the only resource you can't get any more of.
Is that true?
Time?
You cannot manufacture it.
No, I mean, you can save time, and there are ways to save time and, you know, try and make up for lost time, but you can't really ever get it back once you spent it.
Damn, that's really grim.
I know, right?
So you know that time I spent in the arcade standing there for hours on end, I can't get that back?
Yeah, but you still got stuff out of it. You traded the time for something else.
Yes, exactly. It's all the time. It's just a trade.
Yeah, well, everything is. Okay, Full Metal Alchemist moment. You cannot ever gain something without giving up something of equal value in return.
Yeah. Okay.
Toka Koka.
I have no video of you for like a long time now.
Is it still dead?
Yeah, it's been dead for like a really long time. I mean, we could do the show like the old way. I mean...
All right, you want me to... I think you have to call me back to get video back.
Just have no video.
Maybe when Ed comes on, it'll work.
You want me to call you seriously?
It's the only way I can think of to get video back. The button's blanked out. Hey, guys, watch this.
Up. Should I call him? It doesn't even say he's online. Call Skype.
I am returned. Hello.
You got the new haircut, man. We got to show that off. Can't have you now without video. It's just kind of, what does that message say?
Message?
It's like a weird, I see a weird message over your face. What is that? Do you see it?
No.
No, it's gone. It's gone now.
Okay. Oh, I see it. It's on the stream, too.
That's gone now. Don't worry about it. So...
Weird.
So what we usually do after these episodes come out is we do like a whole show of commentary. Like we play it, we stop it, and go real crazy and detail and stuff. The thing's really insanely long, and I don't think we can watch it any more than we have already. Watched it many times.
Yeah, oh, the audio's low again.
Yes, that's what happens.
But
I'm fixing it.
I think I tested it out. It's either 3 hours and 6 minutes or 4 hours and 6 minutes.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to kind of show, I want to go through some of the footage, and we'll kind of talk about some things. But
outtakes?
No, it'll be like the actual scenes. But what I've done is I've removed all of the special effects and whatnot.
Ah,
so you can kind of see how terrible our green screen is and how weird some stuff looks without the effects. I want to talk about Andre, who's Raposa, of course, and Respect the Pact and all that. He told me a long time ago, many years ago, and I didn't really understand at the time what this meant, but he said your post-production takes place in pre-production. I had no idea what he was talking about, but I kind of figured that out now as I was trying to go through some of this green screen stuff. Basically, if you plan things out early on, right, like how the effects should work, and you have like a proper green screen and everything set up properly in your pre-production, when you go to do the post-production, it makes things a hell of a lot easier, right?
Because it's halfway done already and you don't have to muck around with it?
Because you planned it all out and everything's kind of set up the way it's supposed to be and things are going to work the way they're supposed to work. But we kind of screwed a lot of things up. And again, because it was a two-man crew. Sometimes it's one man because OG's on camera.
Sometimes you're on camera.
Sometimes I'm on camera.
And then it's a miracle nothing catches on fire.
It's a zero-man crew. So the first thing I want to show here... Oh, don't cry. You got a nice haircut. Come on.
You didn't see it yesterday.
What was wrong with it?
On Monday...
Wait a minute. I got a question for you.
What?
What did you do with the hair?
I was tempted to get it bronzed for you.
For me?
Yeah, but
you thought of me for this.
We actually forgot it at the dude's house who cut it.
You went to a dude's house?
Yeah, he's a professional hairstylist. He gets paid a salary to cut hair. Like, it's really fancy schmancy.
Wow. And he took your hair. He has it. What do you think he's going to do with it? Smell it?
I don't know. Well, he has a hairless cat, so I was wondering if he was accepting donations or what.
During the night, smell it. What do you think? No? All right.
It doesn't smell bad.
You have peanuts or something? What are you eating?
Altoid.
Cracker Jack?
Sorry, I wanted minty goodness.
All right, so here is the villains in the car. OJ, know the scene?
Yeah.
What we can kind of do is we can kind of talk about it a little bit. Tell us about how we did this. John.
Okay, so we set up the green screen outside my car. We bought tarps and put them down on the ground.
Yes.
And then took the green screen, assembled it outside, and weighted it down with bricks with the tarps over and under the green screen to keep it from flying away.
Yeah, and if you see here, here's the problem. Like, as we could tell, we forgot to put the green over the rearview mirror. So that all had to be mashed out. His hand goes over it many times. That's really annoying. As you can see, the green screen is not flat. It's blowing, and there's wrinkles in it. And after we did this, everyone was kind of like, I feel bad for you, to try to fix this.
I'm like standing outside, like the wind.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Is
stealing.
Look at our poster here. It's not even covering the window.
There's the shadows. I mean,
it's not even covering anything.
Next time, I don't know. Next time, maybe we should try and like do it in the garage or something.
The problem with that was we didn't have enough light in there, so
yeah,
we used the natural light. It was tough. There's a lot of green light coming into the car, so I had to like basically cut everything out and then change green to gray, and it was all kinds of crazy stuff. But
so that spot where you saw, you know, the like the green screen not covering the window with Raposa.
Yes, that was you holding it down.
That was when I was holding it down because the wind kept stealing it again.
Yeah,
just flying like crazy.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, it's.
And then the way we did the front shot, we had another camera that was like a small camera that we just jammed into the dashboard.
Yeah.
And just shot forward, and we didn't even know like if that was gonna look okay.
We didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah, it turned out all right though, I think. And OJ, you did all the seats and everything.
Yeah, and you can't tell that they say get epic, but they totally do.
If you put them on the headrest, it would have been like really perfect.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, well, you know, these things happen.
Yeah. That, and I didn't want to keep stealing all of the material from Carol Ann.
And you still have this in the car, right?
I've got the back seat one, because the front ones have to say epic get or risk not setting off airbags in an accident.
The airbags aren't even together.
It will block the side.
But this was like the best day of filming we ever did. We did this one early in the day. This was the first thing we did. And we did all the villain stuff in the one day. And we were just like maniacs.
Yeah, like
was on top of their stuff, and
Brooke went straight through it. Carl was going through it. They were going through their scenes together.
We even what was it, like almost sunset when we finished, and the sun was going down, and the battery was dying, and it was kind of like a will we make it kind of thing.
We were running back and forth to an outside power outlet, charging batteries.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, let's go to the next one. This is Schnozman with the Mage. And as you can see, again, a terrible green screen. Basically, you want to have it so it's just one color, right?
Yes.
You can just mask out, you can just key out that color, but as you see, there's darker green, there's lighter green, there's a weird friggin' fold in the screen.
Yeah, you see the two screens, one that I've been using as a window covering to try and keep the sun out of my face.
Yep.
In my house, and the other one, you know, just packed up a legitimate green screen.
Yeah.
And but
yeah. I want to say the white mage, the whole white mage thing. It was like it was kind of like a reference to the show and stuff. Originally, because we had met her at she happened to be in my footage for Magfest. If you go on my channel, you watch the Magfest videos. She winds up being in the background of some shots.
Yes.
In some precarious positions, which I apologize for.
Yeah.
But, people were like going crazy. The Ramborgians very attracted. Very, very crazy. They were younger back then. It was a couple years back.
Yeah, it was a little bit back.
And people were just going nuts, and it kind of became the white mage became like a thing, almost like a meme for us.
Who is the white mage?
We could have those. I don't know. Right, and
we can have a meme. Yeah, it's a unit of cultural information.
So we decided to call that we used to have the white mage. A whole bunch mentions the white mage in episode 1. So
yeah,
tell us how that led to you having your girlfriend now, or meeting your girlfriend. Is a better way to say that.
Okay, well, because we met Carrie, the white mage, and John sent her an email apologizing when she got mad at us.
Yeah, she sent me an email when she found out about it.
Yeah.
Because I went up to her at Too Many Games a couple months later.
Yeah.
And I kind of said, like, I gave her a card, and then she must have gone to the channel and, like, found what was going on. So she sent me a message where she was upset about it. So I apologized, which I didn't have to do. I could have just let it go, but I apologized, and I said you should come on the show, and we were real bad about this.
For which I'm very grateful.
And then we had her on the show. And then what happened, John?
And on the show, she invited me not only to go to her birthday party, and you, by the way.
I didn't go.
She invited me to come come help them with their table at New York Comic Con.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, oh wow, that's awesome. So so I went to her birthday party, and there, like, shortly before the end, I met Carol Ann, who was her business partner, and we talked about how we were going to set stuff up and what we were going to do and what sort of expectations we had and blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, whatever, and then I didn't see either of them again until New York Comic Con. And then we spent the whole weekend selling stuff and hanging out, and Carol Ann realized that I wasn't despicable, so we started hanging out more. Excuse me.
She's going to a weird place. I feel like you're... I don't know. Whatever. What? I feel like you're going to start telling us about the birds and the bees or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I mean, look how, like, that one little inadvertent thing
changed so much.
Changed, like, your life big time.
For the better.
And then Carrie winds up being the actual white mage.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And doing a nice job of it, too. Like, she's not an actor or anything. You say actress, you say actor. What is this?
I say actor.
You're not supposed to be actress anymore?
I don't think so.
It doesn't really make any sense that you have a female version. If someone's like a plumber, there's not like a female plumber version, right?
A plumberette? I don't know. Yeah. Plumber is a plumber is a plumber.
Plumber, yeah, exactly. So an actor is an actor. But she's not an actor. She's, and she stepped in. Gave her a lot of dialogue, too. I mean, that was... As people know, I like to overload the dialogue. That's what I like to have. And she did a good job, man.
Yeah. I mean, the dialogue wasn't always easy. There's a lot of
it's weird
crazy stuff in there.
Yeah.
Also, some of the phrasing is just very specific, and you have to say it that way. And she did a really good job.
We made her say schnauza a bunch of times, but then we just used I just used the old clip anyway, but we made her do it like a lot.
Yeah, just in case.
And I think it worked out really well. A lot of people seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, they're like, hey, that looks like the girl from your vlog.
Oddly enough, yeah.
Yes, that's because it was her.
Let's see here. Okay, this is a nice one. This is Schnozman Returns. And I did my part in the garage. As you can see, there's some comic book boxes and some other things. And then she was on the green screen at, this was totally different, like months earlier at OJ's original home. It's just really weird looking at it. It's amazing what you can do.
Yeah, that was for
When Schnozman comes back and she's like, you could choose the good or the bad, and I'll go my own way.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
You can go your own way.
All right, so this is an interesting one. This is the final fight scene, which we changed about 10 million times. We recorded this 5,000 times. And what you're seeing right now is the original version.
Oh boy!
Which was filmed over the course of several different months. It was filmed in December, March, and May.
So wait, is this the final version unedited? Or?
Yeah. It's just a little bit of it, but as you can see, the grass is constantly different colors, and it's kind of funny because it all kind of works, but it's all different seasons. As you see right here, look at that. It's all different seasons. So we go from very yellow, dead grass to like brown grass to just
and look at the
green
trees too.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, you should watch my hair too.
Your hair's constantly changing.
A little bit.
So obviously what I had to do is go in and try to color match everything and try to make it one color, which we kind of pulled off in some ways, but
I wouldn't have noticed if you didn't.
Well,
no
one really called us out on it. So I mean, whatever.
That's good.
If you watch this, there's obviously some discrepancies.
Oh yeah.
But it was kind of funny because we stopped at the part where, let's see, when Hole Punch stands up, and he's like, you call me a failure, you're the biggest failure of all. You wanted to be a florist, but look at you now, you're just a puppet and all that. We stopped after that, and then we went back to do the rest of it, and we couldn't find the spot you were standing in, and we were like, where the hell is this? Because it turns out a tree just grew out completely, totally covered the area.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
That's why?
We're like, this doesn't exist anymore. So, you remember this?
Oh, gosh.
We had to continue in a totally different spot, and it doesn't seem like people really noticed the difference. Because the thing that ties together is the building,
Yeah, the building's still there.
The building's always the same, and that's what always is going to kind of kept it tied together. And there you go. You've just been hole-pucked.
It's about time that stupid thing worked, too.
Hole puck, that goes back to episode 1 too. He talks about hole pucks.
Yeah, there is one hidden in the episode. I didn't realize. You pointed it out to me. We never noticed.
You can't see it because the camera's so yellow and terrible.
But it's in the bed.
It's in the bed.
He's got the hole puck in bed with him.
Of course he does. I want to show you here. This is a little example. This doesn't look that good because this is actually on the editor. I'm showing you right now. This is the effect. And then removing the effect and what it looks like without. Yes.
All right, pausing.
What's that? You okay? Very different. Incredible what you can do. And like this, this isn't really stuff I knew how to do. OJ's gone. This isn't even stuff I really knew how to do. Like even when we filmed the thing, we just kind of have some trust that we could pull it off, And then here is Raposa, as you see that terrible looking thing in the window. You have to basically mask it out. You have to cut it out. Cut that out, OJ. And then you can replace it with something else. Yes, magic. It is magical. That's right. Christmas magic? I think so. A lot of internet problems over at Stanford today. What's going on? Alright, sing up on him. He's calling me. I can't. No. No, OJ. No. No, OJ.
Hello, I've paused the stream. I thought I could keep.
I'm raising the volume for people yell.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, you'll just have to tell me very explicitly which scene we're on.
What is happening in Stanford tonight that things are falling apart like this?
I wonder if it's because it's a little bit warmer today and people are using more electricity and I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't know, John. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. You're paying your bills and
I'm paying for the effing expensive internet.
I don't think you're getting it.
No. Well, I'll call stupid Cablevision. At least they're not Comcast. I'm not going to get, like, shot for talking with them.
Do they do that now? No,
but they're pretty atrocious.
Yeah, I went to there's like a Comcast store.
Ooh.
I had to go to. They basically sent me a voicemail. And they're like, yeah, we're the modem that you have now, we're going to turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going. You can't use that anymore. We have to use this new one. We're mailing it to you. And you have to replace the one you have, and if you don't send it back to us within, like, a week, we're going to charge you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of demands.
Well, the thing is, there have been cases where people return equipment to Comcast, and then Comcast just goes, your equipment is gone forever. You need to pay us money for it. And they'll send bill collectors after you. And
yeah, for crappy modem. Didn't even work.
Yeah.
It crapped out during the show.
That sounds like me. So, okay, so John, what
oh, we're done with that
now.
We're done.
Oh.
Yeah, you missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's over, John.
No, I'm sad.
So that's my friends. We'll, as time goes on, we'll get into some other scenes and whatnot, and certainly if you have questions about something specifically, we can discuss it. There's so much to talk about with it. Perhaps on that DVD that we have mentioned, get into more details on that. You know.
Yeah. I think it would be fun to do commentary tracks with some of the other actors.
Certainly was a good time putting it together. It's a lot of work, you know, but it's always a wonderful thing when you put a lot of work into something and then you can see it kind of come out and people like it as well.
Yeah, it's just been so great seeing everyone's reaction to it, and when they got some of the jokes and some of the symbolism that's in there, that really means a lot.
Yes, wonderful. And we got to talk about Mr. Musaeus. I don't think there's a web series that exists that has music like this. Does anyone else do this, like all original music like that? On that level?
I don't know of anybody.
Most movies don't even do that. They just license out like Linkin Park songs. Right?
I like the flower dance music.
Yeah, the when the bag is coming at him, at Jeff.
Yes. That's
a takeoff on. I wanted to use Waltz of the Flowers, which is from the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
It's called Waltz of the Flowers. I remembered that in my head for some reason. I don't even know why I knew this. But I wanted to, because it's Jeff, right, and the flower thing. Get it?
Yep.
But you can't really just use anything, so we had Musaeus kind of made his own version of it, right?
Yeah, it sounded pretty good.
Similar.
Well, it got the point across very well.
And one of the fun things we got to do is, like, I got to play guitar and a harmonica and send it to him. And then he would add drums and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty
sweet. That was really cool. And, yeah, he's one of the people that I drove crazy during this whole time. And then the other one is Mr. Sturmgeist. Anytime you see Epic Mail logos or any kind of weird, something that looks like it shouldn't really be there, but it is.
Something that can't possibly exist because it's too epic.
Right, exactly. He's the one that made that, photoshops it into the footage, actually. So, I mean, those two things right there, like, those are things I can't do. Right? And those are things that are huge, and it just makes it more real. Those things like the music, and it makes it more like a real movie. And then like those little touches of like the Epic Mail, like actually seeing the buildings and the signs and things like that, makes the world
feel that much
realistic.
Yeah,
right.
It gives you that sense that there's more than just the main characters and whatever space they're in. This world encompasses a greater area than just those little pieces.
I mean, I think those guys, because like those were people I mostly talked to on Skype while I was working on the thing.
Yeah,
it kind of kept me sane.
I was thinking the same thing.
And it kept me sane by trying to drive them insane. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you were basically trading their sanity.
I was giving some of my insanity to them. I gotta make this stuff. No, it's not good enough. No, honestly, like anything they ever did was always perfect the first time out. I never was
top notch.
Yeah, it's great. And then we gotta thank the Mad Head, Mr. Kyle Charles, who shows up in there as a Raposa fan. I forgot to put him in the credits, which I apologize for. But I basically sent him a picture of Raposa that I made, and then he went and got a poster made, and then filmed himself ripping it down like 100 times. I made him do it like over and over again, different positions, and it was pretty crazy.
The sheer fact that he printed that poster out is really cool.
Oh, it's great, dude. It's great. And one last thing on, I just want to thank all you guys for sticking with us for the 2+ years, and
yeah, you guys have been on a long ride.
Sticking with us when we're not doing shows for a month at a time, and trusting that we'll have something good for you. And of course, as we talked about earlier, like your time is getting it back, right? It's gone forever once it's gone. But you spent your time watching this thing for an hour and a half, and leaving your comments and talking to me on Twitter or whatever. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a lot better than the 20 minutes per day for the past 10 years I've spent washing my hair. 20 extra minutes, that is.
We got a lot of free time now.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably get extra sleep, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm tired.
20 minutes of sleep.
20 minutes of sleep, man. Every day. It's going to add up.
Good. Yeah. See what you can do.
Just dance.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be good to keep my video off for the rest of the show, or do I need to turn it on? Watching the stream. My video.
It's actually on.
No, I mean for watching the stream.
Oh, yeah, you can turn that off.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think if I have any announcements for you guys. I don't think I've got anything really cool. I've got one quick little thing.
Yes, go ahead.
So, a while back, Carolina and I got bikes, and we tried building them. and I snapped the brake cable on her bike.
Yeah.
So I had to take it to the bike shop to get fixed because I just ruined it. And the guy tuned it up and fixed it up, and then I built my bike.
Yeah.
And I didn't tighten the handlebars well enough.
Bring that bike to Toys R Us, man. They build it right for you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Excuse me. So I'm riding on the road. I hit a big bump. The handlebars loosen up, go flying down. The shifter turns in my hand. My legs go flying. I don't fall, but I shift from first gear to seventh without pedaling while traveling down the road. And now the bike thinks that second gear is first gear, and if you put it in first gear, it's strictly off the chain. So the moral of the story is, I am incompetent at building bikes.
You were not a bike builder.
Nope.
How's the riding going? Enjoying the ride? Where do you go with the bike?
Down to the Long Island Sound and back and around. 2.5 miles.
Wow.
Oh, and I had the brakes too tight. It's actually being repaired right now, so I'm like trying to catch up to Carol Ann, and I can't do it. I'm just like, I'm this bad? Why?
You gotta put like a camera hat. And then
GoPro?
See where you're going. We'll follow you. Like, it'll be a stream and everything.
That would be pretty cool.
We want to know where we want to be part of your adventures.
OJ's adventures, and we should call it recycling. Ha! Ha 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 ha!
So, yeah, so after the episode came out on last Wednesday, kind of took a little holiday.
Yep.
Little vacation.
Well deserved.
Yeah, had a good time. Kind of just chilled out for a bit and shut it all down for a little while, you know? Kind of has two effects when you do that. Like, either you feel good about coming back to things, right? Mm-hmm. Or, like, you just don't want to go back to things.
Aww.
You know what I'm talking about. It's like the vacation thing, right? So, I think it was a little bit of both. But mostly I wanted to get back into action. So I was glad to be back, but just kind of briefly go over what I did. So, girlfriend and I, on Friday, went to Coney Island.
I love Coney Island.
Do ya?
Yeah.
You like the Coney Island?
Yeah.
So we go to the original Nathan's, built in 1916, 1917, I believe.
Wow.
And they have like multiple, there's like two Nathans there, but one of them is the original one. It's insanely crowded, man. So you go there and sitting at there's like, you know, little tables outside, and there's just people everywhere. And most people can't sit. So you have to kind of wait for someone to get up and take their seat and steal it.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there, and one of the employees comes over, just sits. So I'm like, you guys don't. And I was cool. It's fine. It's cool. I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm talking a little bit, and I'm like, there's no like employee seating or anything. Yeah. You would think it was built 100 years ago.
They'd have somewhere for them to go.
And she just looks at me like she doesn't know what the hell I'm saying. So I'm like, maybe I'm mumbling or speaking too quickly, and I try to say it again. And then she starts explaining. She's from China. She's a exchange person. For the summer,
wow.
Came to She came to Coney Island to stay there for the summer, and this whole thing. She starts telling me how she hates the job.
Oh.
She works from 11 to 11.
What?
Yeah, she works from 11 to 11. There's nowhere to sit, and she expressed that she doesn't like it, and it was crazy though.
Is that even legal?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it is if you get enough breaks. I guess it is.
Wow.
But she's telling me this whole thing. I don't like the job very much, and I'm sorry to hear that. I don't like mine either, you know. But it was pretty wild, you know.
That's crazy.
And then we gotta get Ed in here, so quickly went to the city, and there's this thing in Times Square. It's called Avengers Station. And it's at the Discovery Channel has like a thing. They have like an exhibit.
Yeah, they do different exhibits on a rotation.
Different exhibits, exactly. So the Avengers Station, $30. You basically go in there. They have. It was really weird, man. It was really weird because they try to act like it's like real.
Like it's a real SHIELD outpost or something?
They have a guy in like SHIELD stuff. And he's like, all right, listen, we have your recruit, and there's a top secret information in here we're going to show you. And what you do is you basically like put your name in and stuff, and you make like a card. It's a shield, like cadet or something or whatever it is, and it has your name on it. It's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a credit card.
Okay, I like.
And they bring you in this room. They're like, all right, we're going to show you some top secret information. You can't tell anyone about this. And they just play clips from the Avengers movie.
What?
So I'm like, oh, this top secret information is pretty well produced here. There's amazing camera shots, and they're like, yeah, the Chitauri came to New York and destroyed it, and the Avengers got together, and there's this guy, the Hulk, and there's Captain America, and they kind of tell you a little bit, and they show you like just clips from the movie. I feel like they could give you a little something special there instead of that.
Just clips from the movie. I mean, the costumes are pretty cool because I've always wanted to see what they look like.
Well, you get to that, but I'm just saying, like that opening piece.
I mean,
they could give you a little more instead of just here's a DVD. We're gonna put the DVD on. Like they could actually have some sort of maybe cut it differently with black and white or something or whatever. I don't know.
Get Kobe Smulders to say something. I don't know.
Yeah, get Coulson. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the.
Everyone loves Coulson. He's adorable.
So then they do that, and they basically you go into these different rooms, and each one's for a different guy, like a different character, and it has basically props of the movie. So Captain America's got his costume, he's got the shield. It's got the coolest thing was Iron Man's suit, the full suit.
Oh, they have a full
freaking
suit
awesome.
there?
Yeah, it was cool.
Dude.
It's cool. They have little games you could play, but they're really kind of lame.
What do you do?
There's one for Captain America, for instance, where you kind of test yourself against his physical prowess. So it's like really stupid stuff. Like there's like a bar, and you push the bar as hard as you can.
Okay.
And then his level is a certain number, and they give you your score, and you see how close you came to him.
And you're very far away.
One of them is like a freaking stationary bike. It pedals as fast as you can. They go, Captain America did this, you did this.
You're probably generating electricity for it.
You're like, this isn't really fun, is it?
I mean, that sounds like the Spy Museum in D.C.
Yeah, I feel like you could do a little more creativity with that situation, right?
Yeah, well, the Spy Museum in D.C., like, they have a spot where, like, James Bond, where he's hanging from the bottom of a helicopter. So they have a bar for you to hang on and see how long you can survive, like, hanging from the bottom of a helicopter. Like, that would have been cool.
I don't know. So it's kind of just wacky off-the-wall things. The Hulk, there was really nothing for the Hulk. They had basically, like, a hologram of him that, just stood in a cage. It wasn't really much. I guess they didn't know what to do for him.
Purple pants?
For Thor, there was no hammer. They just had For Thor, what they did was they brought down, like from another exhibit, this machine that would show you the constellations and stars.
Okay.
But it really had nothing to do with Thor. It was just space stuff. So you'd like look at the planets, and you can move this ball. It went to like Mars and shit, and it give you information.
Okay.
But it has nothing really to do with Thor. It's just space stuff.
Well, Thor's.
But if it had here's Asgard, here's this, here's the freaking bridge or whatever.
That would have been really cool. Like if they showed the Rainbow Bridge going through real constellations.
Yeah, it didn't really. And then the hammer wasn't there. They said it was just a hologram inside of a box. It's cool. I mean, they had some stuff. They had like a Chitauri dude. They said it was him. They said it was one of them. It was just the costume basically, but they said it was like a frozen one or something. They had the
Well, that's kind of cool.
They had the thing they flew on, the flying.
Oh, the little weird jet bikes.
Yeah, the jet bike. Yeah.
Do they have anything from the giant random hive monster thing?
No, I know what you're talking. No, the worm guy. No.
Yeah, that was just randomly. Hey, look, we got a worm.
No. And then there was a room with they just threw people like Hawkeye, Black Widow, Nick Fury, and Colby Smulders. They were all like one room. They're like, here's like the B team.
Dude, they should have just had the. They should have had to test your strength against those people. Then you'd at least have a vague idea.
I could beat Colby Smulders, I would think, in a strength test. I would hope.
Yeah, but could you beat
Nick Fury? No, I would lose.
Well, no, but what's the name of Dang it! What's the name
Scarlett
of the
Johansson? No, I can't.
No. The name of the character of her character.
The Black Widow.
No,
Colby
Smulders.
I don't know. She's just Colby Smulders.
Maria Hill. There we go.
She's just Colby Smulders. That's it.
Maybe you could beat Colby Smulders, but can you beat Maria Hill?
Of course.
Oh.
She sits behind a desk all day. I'm out in the streets making history.
You raise a good point.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. For $30, it seemed like a little bit of a bit. I think you need a little more creativity, maybe, with some of the things. It seemed very much like, here's some rooms, we'll throw some props in there and charge people to walk through it. And show them the Avengers movie when they come. And then at the end of it, they go, you are now a full S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
That's all it took?
That's all it takes.
No wonder Hydra keeps giving them trouble.
But the full Iron Man suit right there, maybe that's worth like at least $10 for me to go see. Because it is awesome. And it looks like it's metal and stuff, too. It's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Is the gift shop any good? Is there any cool stuff?
Well, that's the thing. You exit the thing, and there's a gift shop that's probably bigger, like 3 times the size of the entire display. I'm not even kidding.
That's kind of a rip.
It has a lot of shirts, it has a lot of comics and cups and everything you could think of. Kind of overpriced. They try to catch, like, oh, this is exclusive to the Avengers Station, this shirt, this and that. But, you know, it was that whole kind of thing. Let's get them in there and just... It seemed to be typical Times Square, you know, get the cattle to come inside and we'll empty their pockets.
Still sounds fun. I want it.
But yeah, if you want to see the Iron Man suit, that's definitely worth going. And you know, Captain America's shield is cool to see. There was like 2 different versions. One was like the battle damaged one, and one was like the normal one or something. I don't know.
Well, if they battle damage it, what the fro are they supposed to do? He can't do diddly squat for vibranium.
The 2 different ones they used, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is what it is. It was a cool time. And then I spent like several days out in the woods. Went to Bear Mountain State Park, New York State Park, and I just had a good time out in the nature. You know, didn't really have internet access or phone. I just kind of, you know, pay attention to that stuff. Didn't really work anyway, and
went off the grid.
Just kind of went off the grid and was in the woods, man. You know, and a lot of poo out there.
A lot of poo?
A lot of poo. And you really get to see what kind of shape you're in when you're in the middle of the woods, in the middle of July, in the middle of August, whatever it is.
Dodging poo.
Dodging poo. You really get to see, wow, I'm not really in good shape. And you try to, you know, but it's fun just to kind of sit, you know, by the water or something, or in the brush. And just a lot of freaking turkey vultures, man, everywhere.
Everywhere?
Oh yeah, up in the trees. Like at one point, they were all around me. I'm gonna die.
Do they know something I don't?
Yeah, like I must be. They must think I'm some sort of like emaciated. I'm gonna collapse or something, and they're just gonna feed on me.
I once got a card that says that I'm going to die to an impatient vulture. So maybe I shouldn't go to Bear Mountain.
They were just everywhere, dude. Everywhere.
They're creepy looking. They're big too.
They're big, yeah. They don't really bother you though. They just kind of do their thing, but.
Well, yeah, you're not dead yet.
That was like the thing I saw the most. It was kind of odd. I don't know. Well, that's that, my friends. Let us step away for a moment. We'll come back with Mr. Ed Trotta, and we'll talk to you fairly soon.
I'll try not to break the internet.
Okay, bye. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've returned after 2 long months, Ed. 2 terrible cold months without you. Ed Trotta has returned to us.
They've been hot months here.
Cold for me without you. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, brother! Right off the bat, he's breaking my heart right out of the gate.
Well, we've been in communication all this time. I think
we've stayed in touch. Sure.
We've stayed in touch. I need Ed. I need Ed's support. From time to time, I start to lose my mind. I need Ed to tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm okay. And he says, "Hey, you're doing all right."
You learn so much about filmmaking, about all of it, all the production value, the acting, the editing, the special effects. This was like 4 years at USC or the American Film Institute. This was,
Well, perhaps you were one of my professors. I certainly took a lot of advice from you. I mean, I remember sending you the early episodes, and you sent me these long emails.
Yeah.
Huge emails of suggestions, and I really took it to heart, and hopefully I made you proud in some way.
You did indeed.
That's all I need.
Yeah, you're ready for a competition, film competition.
Yeah, dude.
A film what is a film competition? What does that mean?
It means you enter a film festival.
Okay.
Like Sundance.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think that'd be the place for Justice League.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. It's a bit long, too.
And since I talked to you, I realized that I have a script that I think would be right up your alley and be accessible. It's a short film, but I think it's a festival winner. I think it's because it's I think it's a festival winner. It's non-language. There's nothing verbal about it. It started out as an exercise because when I found myself when I was starting to write for the camera, it was too much dialogue, and someone said, you obviously were more comfortable with the stage where that's dialogue driven. You need to write shorter dialogue and let pictures tell the story.
Yeah. Isn't it just a matter of opinion, though? Really, in the end, is there really one right way or a wrong way?
No, there isn't. But it was good advice. My characters were too talky, so instead of minimizing it, I just cut it out altogether. It's called A Little Thing, and it's a story about a boy and a ball.
Okay.
A ball that drops out of the sky.
OJ, do you want to play? You want to play the boy or the ball, OJ? Which part do you want?
I'm pretty round. I could do a good ball.
No, the ball is the size of a ping pong ball.
Okay.
In fact, if you got a pack of ping pong balls and did different things with them, because this ball turns out to be magic, it defies all laws of natural physics. It floats, it can fly, it can glow. The main line story is that when the kid wants to find out what's inside the ball, he tries to smash it, he tries to hacksaw it open, he tries to vice press it, smash it, and it doesn't budge, doesn't show a scratch, nothing.
Yeah.
As soon as the kid starts to surrender, okay, the ball is floating on the ceiling of the bathroom. He's got a broom trying to get it down, and as soon as he gives up, the ball drops in his lap, and then they start becoming friends. He starts reading comic books to the ball.
Yes.
And the ball is silver and reflects the colors of it. The ball starts to fly, drags him up to his own treehouse. It's just about the boy and the ball and a friendship, a relationship. Then when his folks are having the outs, his mother's a workaholic, his father is probably alcoholic, he's in the den, and the kid's pretty lonely, and he hears them fighting one day, and he has to give up his friend. He thinks this ball is magic and it could do anything, so he rolls it away, rolls it into the den thinking it'll help mom and dad. And then he forlornly goes back to the lake, and 10 balls drop out of the sky.
Aww.
So it's all, it's just in pictures, and I wrote it not to be done with special effects so much as to be done with cinematics. using the camera. You know, Rod Serling's one of my heroes, and some of the things he would do, pulling the camera away from, or simple wipes or cuts. But I think you've learned enough through this whole thing that you could knock out this script in pretty short order.
Huh.
And enter it in a festival, and then they'll tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, guy, what else you got?"
This
Thanks.
guy OJ, he's
Good
ready.
plan.
Yeah.
He's ready for Hollywood.
Yeah. So anyway,
well, it's cool that you would think I could do something like that. I appreciate that. Let's talk about something we worked on. The role of Demondo, sir.
yeah.
Mr. Red Trotta. We did that a couple months ago, I believe, over Skype. We did it maybe 2 or 3 times because we kept having connection problems, I think, right? We did it a couple times.
I don't recall.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was
100 years ago, but yeah, you were cool enough to do it, and really awesome, man. It's really cool of you to do that.
Thank you.
We paid you nothing.
Hey,
Sorry.
You know, actors are easy. You pay us a compliment, and we've been paid.
Okay, well, we got that covered, I hope.
I'll keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah, right.
But basically, the whole thing with this is I gave Ed the dialogue. I didn't really tell you much. Kind of how I do with everybody, as John knows. I don't really tell anyone what to wear or like a lot of detail on anything, or even where the thing, what's happening in the scene. Just give you the dialogue. And so Ed comes with this attire that he put together, the whole outfit, and he had the eye patch, which I never thought of. And he goes, yeah, I'm thinking he's got an eye patch, and what I could do at the end is I pull the patch up, and my eye is something going on with the eyeball. And I was like, oh my god, it's freaking brilliant, dude. And the light kind of went off in my head because I was having a lot of trouble in the beginning of the episode when you remember when Hole Punch is in the cornfield.
Right.
And there's a lot of...
That's a great scene.
I was trying to go from Jeff and Hole Punch talking, right, to Jeff shooting Hole Punch, to the cornfield, and I was like, I have no idea how to transition all this. Like, nothing makes sense. I was trying all kinds of things. I think, John, you saw some of what I was trying to do at one point. You came over and I showed you, but it was like, it all sucked. I didn't know what to do. And then when Ed gave me the idea about the eyeballs, like the eyeball is the link, right? So the eye's like kind of watching this, and that's when we had the cornfield in the eye, and that kind of became the transition. And we used Ed's little laughs to go over some of that, you know. But
that just gave me an idea.
Yes.
For how he lost the eye.
How he lost the eye?
Yeah. He didn't lose the eye, but
he has the eye. The eye's still there.
It would be funny. Well, it would be funny if he lost his eye and replaced it with something like Eldritch or something, right? You know, some sort of. Either way, what if it partially got that way when he faked his death?
He partially. Well, don't give spoilers out now. Come on.
Well, that was in there. That was in there. You said it.
All right, I know. So,
all right.
So anyway, yeah, the eye thing really just like was like, oh my god, thank you, Ed, thank you, sir.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. We said it
no,
like
Josh,
10
stop,
minutes ago.
Stop it, OJ. So yeah, man, thanks for that idea. I don't know, I was just some of the like there's weird magic that happens when you make this stuff where you don't know what the hell to do, and then something just kind of falls in your lap, and you oh yeah, that's it, that's the way to go, right? So cool, man. Where did that come from? The eye patch thing, Ed?
Thinking about maybe it was from recently having done a Bond villain.
Okay.
Or I don't know where it came. It was just one of my little commercial pieces of wardrobe out there that I thought might be right for a guy named Demondo. Wearing what he was wearing, a Paisley Nehru shirt.
Yeah, it was fun. I knew that was going to blow everyone's mind at the end,
Yeah.
So I wanted to make people feel like almost upset that it was ending. Right?
Yeah.
Like you're like sad. Oh my god, this is going to be over forever. And then there's a little thing at the end that makes you kind of go, oh, maybe it's not. No.
Well, I acknowledged when we spoke earlier during the sound check that this was one of the few good guy, bad guy series that has a 0 body count.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Nobody dies.
No one
Oh
dies.
my gosh.
You didn't know that? I mean, I wasn't sure either, but I couldn't think of anybody in retrospect that died.
Yeah,
No.
not even.
You died a couple of times.
Wow.
So,
That's a really good point, though. Nobody actually died.
I tried to.
Dr. Hope.
I really wanted to stay away from excessive violent stuff. And we tried to kind of go light on the bad language of some, but we tried to kind of not overdo it with the cussing.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing egregious though.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, Ed actually, I believe you were the first one to see this episode. Sent that to you.
I was the first one to see that. I did see it before you released it. And I had to watch it in like 3 parts because my computer gets hot, and it pissed me off because I didn't want to have to stop.
Yeah.
It was one of your grabbers. It was one that you didn't want to stop watching. So, and John, your last speech, you've grown so much as an actor. It was well written and well delivered. And when John told me it was how long did you say? 7, 9 minutes?
It was 9 minutes of just
a voiceover,
just OJ speaking. Yep.
It
took us probably 3 hours to record all that.
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing. I mean, 3 hours for that piece of footage is worth it. In the earlier episodes, I would complain you're speaking too fast, or I can tell you're reading or something. And in this one, you probably were reading, but you learned how to read without it feeling that way at all. And that last monologue brought the whole thing full circle too, because now I am a hero, and what that meant in the beginning is so different than what it means at the end.
Yeah, because like in the beginning, he says it. That's a good point. He says it in the beginning, but really,
it's all about belonging to the Justice League or not, and all of that got debunked with John tearing up the invitation, and with you realizing I am a hero, even if nobody knows it, even if nobody knows who I am. As long as I do this, as long as I stay true to this, as long as I do good. I mean, it's a great message. It's a great message.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Seriously, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, we did that a bunch of times, and I don't know. It was funny because we recorded those with the camera. Like, we didn't sit at the computer with a microphone. We sat with the camera with the lens cap on. So not only that, but we had to stop after every 20 minutes or so because the camera would overheat if we did it too long. So yeah, I guess that actually worked. I'm happy.
Yeah, you should be.
Well done, OJ.
Thank you. You're the one who wrote wrote the monologue, man. Right. So props to you.
So Ed, there's a film that you were in, 1999. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Desert Heat. Here it is. I actually bought it off Amazon. But if anyone wants to see it, I actually found out that it's on YouTube, and it's in its entirety for free. You can watch it on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Called Desert Heat. And I am not complete. I watched a good portion of this today, actually. And what I did is I recorded a clip of it, which would show everyone.
Oh, no.
Starring Mr. Ed Trotta. I don't know if this is the scene you were you brought up to me, but it's a scene nonetheless. Let's see here. So you have, as you see here, Van Damme's exiting his vehicle, and Ed is being thrown out of a bar by 2 women, or several. There's like 6 women that threw you out of this bar. Do you remember this happening?
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, so it's if you're watching the stream, it might be a little delayed or something, but you might not be able to see it. I'm not sure. But Ed, basically, these women throw you out of this bar, and then you shoot at their feet.
To make them dance.
To make them dance, yes.
Yeah.
Is this the scene you were telling me about?
Right, and right after that, Jean-Claude Van Damme blows me away.
Yeah, that didn't happen yet.
5 or 6.
But you're out of control. You're shooting wildly at people's feet. There's the bar owner and.
Some people are cracking up.
Yeah.
I was a drug dealing motorcycle biker. And yeah, I was one of the bad guys. Hey, if you're not Jean-Claude Van Damme in one of his movies, you're one of the bad guys. He's one of those last man standing guys, a loner.
I like the movie, actually. It's got some comedic stuff in it. It's kind of some funny stuff, but you just slapped 2 women at the same time. Do you remember doing that, slapping the woman?
Slapping a woman?
Hey, you slapped her right across the face. Oh, there you go. Good shot. Good shot.
Oh, and I can't see it.
Well, you can watch it. Watch it later. But
okay, I'll watch it later because I've only seen the movie once. I looked through it to see if there was a moment that I could use for my reel, and I really didn't think.
No. Well, as far as like taking a fall and stuff, you did. You took a bunch of bumps.
Yeah, I took that fall a few times. That was a few takes. Yeah.
So what happens in this scene is I watched most of this movie today. It's basically like these two women, and you're shooting at their feet, and Van Damme saves them. He shoots you, and then he eventually has a three-way with them later in the film, and there's full nudity and everything, which is pretty wild.
One of those women is Jamie Kennedy. You know her?
Yeah.
Oh, what a beauty!
Yeah, she was in My Name Is Earl and all that stuff.
She became a starring character in My Name Is Earl, and the first time I got in the van to take us from the parking lot to the set, and I saw this girl's eyes were like, talk about getting lost in,
Yeah. She was cool, nice person.
Oh, beautiful and very nice. Yeah.
Okay.
And very upset with Jean-Claude Van Damme for that for that scene, for that lovemaking, that three-way.
She wasn't into that.
She wasn't really into that.
The cast in this movie is crazy. Okay, listen to this, John.
Okay.
You got Pat Morita in this thing. From Happy Days, Mr. Miyagi, of course.
What?
Teamed with Danny Trejo's in the movie, who's from the Machete movies, which was very popular.
Wasn't he in the Expendables as well?
Danny Trejo? I do not believe so.
I'm thinking of some other
He's in a lot of different movies.
Okay.
The Robert Rodriguez movies, and a ton of those things. And it's got Van Damme, of course, and it's got Ed Trotta. It's a fun movie, man. It's fun.
It also has Tom Hanks' brother, Jim Hanks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really?
Who looks so much like Tom Hanks that I'm sure that put a kibosh on his career.
Yeah. Well,
it also has an old Western actor named Rainey Ford.
Rainey Ford?
Rainey Ford. He plays Pops in it.
Okay.
And I remember he was the one then who said, "You should play Lincoln. You should play Abe Lincoln." That was years before I. This was 99. Yeah, it was 2003. 2003 when I introduced my one-man Lincoln play. So it was a couple of years later, but he had that insight.
Huh.
So yeah, it was an eclectic cast. That's for sure.
Yeah, what was that like hanging out on the set? Did you have any weird interactions with people, like wacky stuff going on, or pretty professional?
Oh, yeah, it was professional. It was directed, by the way, by John Avildsen, who directed Rocky.
Wow,
really?
What the heck?
Yeah, so it was no small budget deal. That's $1 million director. Pat Morita's $1 million actor.
Oh, for sure.
And who knows what? And Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's in the editing booth.
Really?
Does he know what he's doing in there? Or he's just putting on a show for everyone there.
Well, he's in the editing booth, making sure he gets his stuff.
Yeah, you see my splits and my high kick.
Right.
All right.
So, and I think that's one of the reasons I couldn't find footage for myself, because the camera was staying on him even during.
Yeah, it's all about him.
But it was a Van Damme production, so
Yeah.
When you get to that echelon, you get to do that.
Right. Let's see here. I was talking to you while we were on our break and stuff. I call you pretty often and talk to you about some stuff. You had mentioned to me one day that in the late 70s you played softball with quite a group of people.
Oh yeah, young actors were just about to make it.
Who's playing the softball?
We had Peter Jurasik, who turned out to be a regular on Babylon 5. We had Andy Garcia,
right,
on the team. We had Kevin Costner.
What position was Costner playing?
Oh, we didn't play positions. It was co-ed. It was boys and girls.
Right.
Best kind.
And every once in a while, someone would get a job and be gone.
They would be at the soft. Where'd that guy go? He's working at
Yeah, well, he got a job. You know, Costner had just got cast in The Big Chill.
Uh-huh.
He was actually in The Big Chill. Yeah, you don't remember him, do you? No, he was the corpse. He was the corpse.
He was the dead guy.
He was the dead guy
that was his into the business.
With the stitching on his wrists. But, you know, that cast and that show, all you have to have is it on your resume, and you're underway.
Huh.
They don't, you know, he probably gave the character the name. You know, I'm sure the character had a name. They talked about him a lot. I don't think you ever saw his face in that movie. I don't know that the camera ever panned the whole casket. I don't know. But somehow it made him a star, or got him clout.
That was you just that foot in the door. It could be random weird things that do it.
He seemed to know that it was going to launch him, too. He seemed to know that.
I played the dead guy. I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
Waterworld is coming for me.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Really?
Yeah.
Waterworld, man.
I know.
Right? Come on.
See, one of the best pieces of advice I got was from an old actor up in New Hampshire who had done the whole New York scene. And he had trained at the University of New Hampshire under my teacher, my mentor, John Edwards. And now he was in his 50s and retired kind of back to New Hampshire. But he gave us every contact my friend and I knew when we were moved to New York to look for our fame and fortune. And he said, and after he gave us everything he could, he said, now, please remember me, because once you've made it, I can't remember you.
Wow.
I never forgot that.
Huh.
He's passed on now. But I wish I could have made it and said, hey, I know a guy who'd be perfect for this role, you know?
How much easier are things if you're like a sibling of someone or a kid of someone, or if you are friends with someone, or is that what it's really all about?
The wheels are greased. The wheels are greased.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, on camera, not on stage necessarily, because
you need the best on stage.
No.
You need the best of the best.
Do you think Charlie Sheen would have made it without Martin?
Yes. No, probably not. I would doubt it. I don't, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Michael Douglas? Without Kirk?
Well, obviously, yes. No, I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah,
it helps. You know, I mean, I'm not dishing these guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's just the way it is, right? That goes for a lot of not just the entertainment business, but all kinds of different jobs. And you know, how many jobs have you worked, John, where like the boss is like the owner's kid or some, I don't know, who knows, friend of someone, or
at least one. He was in charge of a lot of people.
Yeah, so it's just the nepotism and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So. And then there are others. There's guys like Ed Asner, whose daughter, Kate Asner, was a member of the Company of Angels that I was president of for a few years, and she worked very hard, very good actress, but her father would never,
give her a shot.
What's the word is? He wouldn't. It wasn't that he wouldn't give her a shot. He would never pull strings for her.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. She'd have to earn all herself.
Yeah.
On top of that, I'm sure it's difficult to grow up where your parent is some famous person. You have to kind of live up to that, right? I'm sure there's all kinds of there's always negatives and positives to all things, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really cast dispersions. I don't know if that's the right word or not. But.
I think it might be. I'm not the best at this, though.
We get it.
Yeah.
So Ed, you got some projects going on right now. You got a new game coming out, Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm.
Blizzard game.
Rage lives.
Well, Fury and Storm Rage.
Yeah, it's a Blizzard game where you can pick any of your favorite Blizzard characters. I mean, there's a set of them that you can pick from. You can't pick anyone. But there's a set you can pick from to play, to fight against each other. You can be Malfurion Stormrage. You can be Diablo. You can be the pilot of the Starship 2 game. You can be, you know, from all the different games.
Wow.
And I was in the booth longer than I had been for any other. I had like 35 pages, like over 200 lines.
Wow. Dang. How long does that take?
How long does that take?
How long does that take? All day? 8 hour, 9 hour day, 10 hours?
No, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. It was more like 4.
Okay, that's still a lot.
With a couple of breaks, but all you're doing is line after line, line after line. It's covering a lot of territory.
Uh huh.
So I don't know if I know Hearthstone apparently is doing well.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so I hope this does too. I hope people decide to play Storm Rage and to see how he can. I mean, I can't imagine Storm Rage against Diablo. That just seems weird to me. There's from different games, different worlds, different powers.
There's a lot of that going on in games now. It's kind of like I think Smash Brothers was probably the first one to do this. It's kind of like the All-Star type of thing, John, right?
Yeah, they just take all the big characters and just go, hey, what would happen if this person fought this person?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
Right.
I mean, there's...
It's like all these people bought all these separate games. Let's get all these people to buy this one game that bought these other games. It's a huge user base.
Stand By Me, that movie, Stand By Me, and the guys around the campfire are having a serious discussion about whether Superman or Mighty Mouse would win in a fight.
That happens all the time
on
the internet now. They call them versus forums.
That's what the internet is, I believe.
And people just have gigantic, serious, heated arguments, making fun of the other person, saying, what are you talking about? Superman could beat Goku. No, he couldn't, blah, blah, blah. Could Harry Potter beat Luke Skywalker?
Good question.
They just...
Wow, that's an interesting combat. Luke Skywalker against Harry Potter. I love that.
Yeah, that's...
Let's not walk down this road, Ed. Come on. Let's keep it...
Let's not walk down this road.
Let's keep it classy here. Come on.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I think it was originally called Blizzard All-Stars.
Right.
But I think that sounded too much like a basketball team.
A little bit.
So, so they changed the title to Heroes of the Throne or the Storm. And I don't think it's been released, but I know that it's out. I know that people are talking about it. People know about it.
Yeah, so I think it's coming out, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but I think it's on its way.
Did you get to improvise any lines this time? Because I know you had a couple for you had at least one for Hearthstone.
Yeah, for Hearthstone. What to do? And
lost OJ.
And I got a little more relaxed during Hearthstone. Were situations where the director in my headphones would tell me exactly what was going on. There wasn't as much room for improvisation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost OJ again.
Yeah, he's got really bad internet. We're gonna have to. You want to become?
I'm back.
Okay, I was about to offer the co-host of the show permanently because you're never here.
All right,
you came just in time. I was about to offer it to him.
This has been too much, but man, did the thing I was saying get through?
Yeah, it answered your question.
Okay, no, I had another one.
Yes, go ahead.
Ed, you should go to I could just picture you at a Starbucks or a coffee shop somewhere. Because this is where probably a bunch of people who play these games might hang out. You're sitting there trying to decide what sort of coffee to get, what to do, and then some kids turn around wait a second, I know that. Oh, again?
Oh, there we go. Hold on.
Okay.
Wow.
I have to buy a new computer now. I'm sorry. This is inexcusable.
I don't know
John
if it's,
told me about this
your
several
fault.
times.
I'm not sure what's going on. It's one of those nights,
Yeah.
Ed, are you back or no, sir?
I don't see myself on there anymore.
All right, we can hear you, though, so we'll just go with it.
Okay. And more computer stuff?
Yeah.
Right after I got my haircut, we're going to pay the guy. We're about to pay the guy, and my dad calls for tech support because his internet is out. It's going around, man.
Okay. Ed, you're here. John, you're here. Everyone's here.
Yeah.
We're here.
I probably have to raise the volume. Hold on.
We just can't see.
All right. Okay, so I think OJ was asking you if you're at a coffee shop and you start doing the Storm Rage voice.
Oh, I see.
What would people do? Have you ever thought of doing something like that?
I was just picturing it. You start trying to decide, saying what to do, and then, I could just picture some kids with their laptops turning around wait a second, what?
Or go to some convention or something.
You alter my voice less for Storm Rage than any other character I've done for them. And they put the headsets on me before I go recording just to tweak me into that mode. And they give me a couple of lines, but basically it's the same voice. It's just a little slower, a little bit more epic. That's all. A little heartfelt, you know. So I don't know that anyone would necessarily recognize me from my voice in a Starbucks.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just picturing.
OJ just wants you to mess with people, you know.
Well, okay, I'm a bad person. I get it.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, sorry that you didn't make one of your prank calls today, John.
Oh yeah, you like those, huh?
I like those very much.
I get so.
You're very serious and sort of gentle with them, and they're trying to accommodate this wild question.
We gotta build up to it again. We gotta kind of save it, and you gotta pull it out when it means something, Ed. You know that.
Oh gosh, I'm just picturing you calling an exterminator about Rocket Raccoon.
Oh come on now, wouldn't do that.
Oh,
so we'll get there. We're building our way back. We're trying to get back to doing the show more consistently and. I don't know. I'm trying to remember how to do this. I forget sometimes.
Obviously.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm sorry.
So you let's see here. You went on you had an audition recently, but for someone that you had to swim in the audition or something. What was the story?
Yeah, it's been like 3 years since I swam. Last time I swam, I had a spell of dizziness and kind of floundered in the water, and they pulled me out of the pool. And I realized I was never a strong swimmer, but it was just it was just a dizziness kind of thing. And so I wasn't really sure that I should go out for this. I talked to my agent about it, and eventually I did read for it. But I think the cat was out of the bag that I had doubts about swimming, so they nixed this Clairol commercial. But I shouldn't tell you what the setup is because that's yet to be released.
Gotcha. It's their proprietary idea.
Yeah.
So basically, they're asking for some of the swims.
Yeah. And I read the copy. I read the directions, and I didn't see a part where the guy had to go in the water. I guess they're just playing it safe in case
someone falls in or something.
Yeah.
I could see that. Well, people are paranoid about lawsuits now, right?
Yeah.
Look, we don't have a lifeguard on duty, so if you fall in, you're on your own.
Right.
Kind of thing.
But I am going to play a role at the end of next month, end of September.
Yes.
I'll do a couple of performances of a show called Show Your Wound.
Whoa.
Which is about a performance artist named Joseph Boys, who performed in the 60s. I think he died in the early 80s. He died of exhaustion. I never heard of that as a prognosis, a diagnosis.
He was working hard.
I was working hard. He was a performance artist. He'd cover himself with honey. He would wrap himself in felt.
Wow.
He would have dead rabbits.
Yeah.
At either end of the tube of felt, and these weird performance art things. But I play the ghost of Friedrich Nietzsche.
Okay.
Oh no.
Who inspired Joseph Boys. And I've got one of the best parts in it because I'm dead, and all my remarks are pithy. But Nietzsche was a very dark. He was a doomsayer. Everything.
Yeah.
One of the philosophers says, "So what have you been doing since you kicked the bucket?" I've been watching my worst fears unfold. And he has this speech at the end about there being a star in a distant galaxy on which intelligence was born into the animals. But eventually, and that was the most mendacious moment in the history of the world. And eventually the planet froze and the animals died. And nothing changed. Intelligence went away and nothing changed. Like all of our efforts, all of our thoughts, all our philosophies are just musings of unfortunate creatures that have intelligence. And it's a pretty down kind of.
It's a Disney production, or what's going on?
It's not exactly, no. But he says, still, the inquiry is worth making. Yes. And that's the end of the play.
So there is a little hope in there.
There is in there.
So where's this taking place at? Maybe someone wants to come check this out.
Yeah, it's going to be at the Track 16 Art Gallery in Culver City, September 30th and October 1st. Two performances.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's called Show Your Wound.
Okay.
I haven't Googled it to see if there's any footage from... I did this show 10 years ago.
Really?
Oh.
I did the show 10 years ago when Track 16 was at Bergamot Station in Santa Monica. But the subway went through right there, and they had to move their shop, their gallery.
Ah.
But they have a really big, cool warehouse, from what I hear from Tom Patchett. He's the writer, director, creator of Show Your Wound. He was also the creator of Alf, if you remember Alf.
Really? I remember Alf.
Yeah.
He ate cats.
Yeah, he was the creator of that, and he made some money on that and went into the art gallery, but never lost touch with entertainment and the art of theater.
What do you feel about like the modern arts? You were talking about earlier, like the way out there stuff, modern art. If you go to like the museums in New York and stuff, and what do you like that stuff? What do you think about that?
Sometimes I am moved by something, and I don't know why. I don't understand it intellectually. I stopped trying to understand modern art intellectually.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there is a point, but good art is in the eye. Good art makes itself available to the eye of the beholder. So I might be seeing something that no one else sees in it, and likewise won't see what others do.
Yeah.
If it's abstract, well, I assume we're talking abstract.
Yeah, like I've been to like the Museum of Modern Art, for instance. The MoMA, yeah. You've gone there, John?
Yeah, I've been there.
There's some crazy stuff there, man. But like you kind of like you said, it kind of you don't really know what the hell it is, but it's so weird or so different or something. It kind of reaches you out sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Yeah, some wacky stuff. I saw this one. There's this guy, like, it was just a video, and he was just like touching a wall. Like that was it. Just like touching a wall. Huh. And just like, I don't know what that means. But
I'm on the same floor as two other artists. And Kathy Donatelli down the hall is a renowned portrait artist.
Right.
She also does landscapes, and she also does a variety of things, but her forte is portraits. She can even take them from photographs. Send me the photograph, and when she's satisfied with the photograph, she can create that person's likeness and character and capture it. That's real. That's what's it called? Realistic, I guess. And then around the corner is a guy named Todd Carpenter, who he makes mobiles. That's my favorite thing of his.
Oh, those are pretty.
Spinning mobiles that look like they're floating because he uses fishing line that's practically invisible to balance these big chunks of wood.
Wow.
That all look like they're floating. But he also does abstract landscapes that, as you get closer, they look different. This is Hollywood. There are artists. There's an opera singer on the third floor.
Does she practice in her home?
Yeah, and when she's practicing Yogi, I'm taking Yogi out for a walk, and I sit down and listen for a while.
Oh yeah, it's like top-notch stuff for free, right?
Yeah, right.
My next door neighbor is a professional atmosphere gal. She works background and works pretty much every day, long hours, because she knows how to be inconspicuous. So, because once the camera acknowledges you, recognizes you, you're pretty much out of that episode or that scenario.
Right.
But if you know how to like bring in a different sweater or hat or something and just be, you know, innocuous, then you can continue to be background in a number of other scenes.
I'm worried that this is someone who's going to become a criminal mastermind of, you know, just always just waltzing in, taking stuff, and no one noticing.
No one noticing. No, that's not her. No, she's got quite a personality herself.
But with that skill.
That skill.
You could use it for evil.
Everybody's got something going on. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Gotta admire anyone that can do something that they it's a little, you know, outside the norm, right? And be able to survive in the world.
Oh yeah,
it takes a lot.
It's tough, man.
My daughter is just entering the job market and is available to go in any direction of editing, filming, camera work, production standby, because she has studied it. She spent 4 years learning how to. I mean, she even knows different camera filters and things that, you know, I never learned. So, and she doesn't want to be in front of the camera. She wants to be behind it. She wants to be a creative, not a performer.
Perhaps you work together someday, maybe.
Yeah, I hope she remembers her old man, throws him a bone once in a while.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't mean to be a big downer here, Ed. Do you want to touch on some people passed away recently? Mr. Robin Williams and Lauren Bacall.
Yeah.
Robin Williams was a shock to a lot of people because no one saw behind the humor, the clown, the laugh, the wit, but it's not unusual for comics to have a very dark counterside, and almost the brighter that humor and quicker that humor, the darker the balance is. It was a guy who had 20 years of being clean and sober, then had a relapse in 2006, which I guess he tick-tocked a little bit with, and the depression. Suicide is just something I've never been able to fathom.
Yeah.
Because of because of the people that it hurts.
Right.
Even more than your oblivion is one thing, but the people that suffer as a result is even more of a motivation. And as for Lauren Bacall, I knew her as Betty. I was on the road with her in 1987.
Yeah. Wow.
In a revival of Sweet Bird of Youth. She was Alexandra Del Lago, a faded beauty queen and movie star, and I didn't have much interaction with her in my role as the state trooper and understudied Tom Jr. and the heckler. You'd have to know the play to know these characters. So I didn't have much one-on-one interaction with her, but I know to be on the road with her was nice, because it was nothing but first-class treatment for herself and everyone in her company.
Oh,
the producers had to pay for us all going out to the Rattlesnake Club in Denver.
What's that? What's the Rattlesnake Club? What goes on there?
Rattlesnake Club has just got the most exotic and best food in town, Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
It's a real exclusive place in a private room, and there's like 20 people in the cast of Sweet Bird of Youth, and the producers, she made the producers spring for it. But nothing but the best for her people, so got to give her that.
OJ's camera just came back all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, say that again? Oh, the camera just came back.
Yeah, OJ's camera's all of a sudden decided to come back.
The button showed up again.
Strange.
After being odd before.
Well, let me click on my camera and see if I...
Oh, it's coming back too.
How about that?
Everyone's back now.
No, we're all together.
We're all back.
Okay. Just in time to say goodbye?
They couldn't stop us for long, Ed.
Huh?
They couldn't stop us.
I didn't notice that the little red line was through my camera.
Okay.
Okay. Here we all are again.
Yeah, we talked earlier. You mentioned something about commercials. You would tend to turn down commercials because you were.
Oh yeah, I said in a kind of doleful moment that I've sort of become what I initially disdained. I never wanted to be a commercial actor.
Yeah.
And the first commercial that I went up for, I was getting close to being cast as the Schick shaving man. This is like 1979.
Wow.
And it was a close-up on the face with a blue line down the middle showing our blade from their blade, and little red circles that showed problems areas of shaving.
Uh-huh.
And I had been working for, I don't know, maybe 10 years at that point, just on stage. And I knew that more people would know my face from that commercial than everything else put together. And at the same time as that was happening, I was up for the role of Dracula. And I thought, geez, if I were the producer of that show, I don't think I would want my Prince of Darkness to be seen on TV as the Schick shaving man.
And yeah.
So I asked for 24 hours to consider the final call back for producers. And the guy said, you want time to think about this? Well, what is there to think about? I said, well, this is a big thing. He said, yeah, you're right, it's a big thing. And the agent said, you don't go for this, and I'm done with you.
Wow.
And in the final analysis, I didn't go. I said no, later for that commercial career.
Huh.
Later.
How do you feel about that, looking back on this?
It was probably stupid.
Would you have done it again?
Because there's no such thing as bad publicity, they say, and exposure is exposure. And the producer of the Dracula probably would have loved that his Prince of Darkness was on TV, after all.
Huh. Well, I mean, that's, who knows? Maybe things would have turned out worse in some way. You can't really.
No, you can't. You
can't
have
really second guess it, right?
Wherever I am, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I did have an accident.
You might have cut yourself shaving on the commercial and severed your artery or something. Who knows,
gosh.
Ed?
Oh gosh.
Leave it to you, John, to go to the extreme.
It's possible. Yeah. Okay.
That would be a good take. Boy, that could be a keeper, right? Use our blade in, well, never mind.
Use our blade or this will happen to your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, I also said that if you love this profession so much that you want to spend your life doing it, don't be in a hurry to make it to the top, because then you'll spend the rest of your time hanging on or coming back. Spend the whole time getting to the top of your game.
Yeah.
But, after that swim thing, when I realized, no, I can't swim anymore, I had to go back to my profile that's on the LA casting thing that my agent checks it against to make sure that she's submitting the right people. And I had to delete a few things. Like, I don't think I could do stage combat anymore. I don't believe I can. The only dance style I left on there was club-type dancing, freeform.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
I had to take, huh?
I'd like to see some of that from you, someday.
Yeah, someday. Well, I danced up a storm in hair. I was just a dancing fool. I had so much fun on stage, it was illegal. Yeah, I love to freeform dance. That's why I hated disco when it came in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I wanted to dance. I went up to the Saturday Night Live table at Club...
right, yeah, you told us about that story.
Studio 84, yeah.
Yep.
54, Studio 54. But at disco, it was disco. And then everybody danced in formation and did the same steps,
Right.
I didn't like that.
It was the commercialization of dance.
Yeah, it was.
You have to do it this way. You have to know the moves. You have to have the album in the right clothing to do it. To buy all the stuff.
Long,
you buy the
long
uniform
time
and you buy this and that, and then you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I can
how it is.
still remember how the music used to make me smile. I knew if I had my chance, I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. You know, there's a lot of history in that song.
Yeah, I know. There's like there's a version where there's someone talking and explaining things that he's talking about.
Yes, it's Bob Dylan, and marching band is the Beatles, and watched him on the stage. My hands were clenched in fist of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan spell. That was Mick Jagger. There's a doubt whether the King was Elvis or Chuck Berry. But you know, it's Don McLean's scope on the history of music,
right,
during his generation. Anyway, yeah, disco. I don't know that he mentioned it. No, I think that song came out before disco, because I remember still being in college, and disco in '72, and disco didn't come out until like '73 or '4, I don't think.
What's that like hearing disco for the first time? You went through the '60s, you were a fan of Hendrix, the Doors, all that. Disco hits your ears. Do you know it's over? It's the end now.
Boom, boom, boom. Don't you want me?
That was it, huh?
Even when you say that you don't need me, don't. That was one of the first disco songs.
Okay, yeah.
We played that at Studio 54 with such bass coming out of the ceilings, it was in your stomach.
Yeah.
And that'll.
Studio 54. Was it hard to get into the stories, waiting in the lines, and?
Oh yeah, it was hard.
How'd you get in? Because you knew some people. The actor thing. How'd you slip
in? I wore my Godspell jacket. So they would know I was from a show.
Oh, wow.
Say, what's the deal with the jacket? Because it's this tuxedo jacket, but it's like all colors, like Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah.
It was that with big velvet flower here. And I said, I'm from the cast of Godspell. These are my friends. They were mostly from the band. So we got in.
Did you go there often or a couple times?
No, I went there twice.
Okay. Crazy, but like the stories, the drugs and people having sex in the bathrooms and
private club. It was private property, so the police couldn't come in.
Wow.
To raid,
Yeah, they went down on charges of some sort, right? Some sort of drug thing, I believe.
I don't know.
They were selling or I don't know. I saw there was a movie a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't really remember much about, obviously, but
about the
it's
rise.
Definitely a famous place. So.
Yeah.
So you were at Studio 54. You're at Woodstock.
Yeah.
Been around the block a few times, huh?
Yeah, I feel like I've been around the block. Well, after all, that's all we end up with are memories and pictures.
How about this? Woodstock, Studio 54. John Rambo presents the show. All Ed Trotta. Think about that.
There you go.
And you got shot by Van Damme as well.
Yeah, shot by Van Damme.
It's some things, man.
Yeah.
So Ed, we're gonna be back more consistently. Hope we get you back here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, sir. I know you've been busy, but it's a great honor, great pleasure. Thank you for Demondo. Thank you for doing the show.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Love you guys.
Thanks for talking to me. I'm gonna call you and make me feel good about things. And
I'm gonna send you a little thing. I'm gonna send you the script for that movie about Boy and the Ball.
Okay. All right.
Just see what you think of it.
OJ's gonna be the boy though, because I only work with a very small select group.
The boy's about 9 years old.
He's gonna have to be him.
A little old, dude.
You could do it.
You know what? I think he could. I think he could pull it off. It's
especially,
yeah, you could do it.
It's exactly his kind of honest expression.
Yeah, of course.
Vulnerability that could make it fly. He doesn't have to be 9 years old.
No, he does. It could be anyone.
come to think of it, he doesn't have to be 9 years old.
He could be a mental patient.
You're still into comic books, aren't you, John? OJ?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love comic books.
Yeah.
He's reading one right now, probably.
This kid, you know, he's growing up with a mother who puts Post-its on the freezer, and you know what he's supposed to microwave next. But during the relationship, you know, he doesn't know what the ball should eat. He makes a hamburger. He makes his own hamburger for a change, and the mother comes home and is impressed. Also, the ball picks out a book for him to read, Treasure Island, instead of, you know, as a variation to the comic book or something. Pulls out a serious book. So there's growth. There's a relationship.
All
And,
right, send it down. Let's see what we can do. I don't know.
Okay.
See what we can come up with.
The last thing you need is another project, right?
Right now, oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it all, Ed. Take it all.
But you know, you want something done? Ask a busy person.
Yeah.
It's a good point, because they're the sort of people who get stuff done.
Yeah.
I like doing stuff.
Busy. That's why they're busy. Yeah. So let's all get busy.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We love you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Ed. And thank you for all the good advice you've given us over the course of this project.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for letting me put my 2 cents in. So, yeah, see you, John. See you, OJ. See you, all you Ramborgians. Stay devoted. Stay passionate.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
All right.
Oh, it's always a treat to have that on.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been too long.
It has, John. It has. So, we're going major overtime here. Still so many things to talk about. It's crazy. We gotta try to put the Schnozman Hole Punch stuff, you know, behind us a little bit. I think we kind of covered quite a bit. We'll talk more about it as we work on the DVD or whatever, and show some more clips and stuff as time goes on. But
yeah, maybe when we get some
try to get back into going into more normal shows. There's so much stuff. So Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, we haven't. I found some articles. We could do the Dream World. There's so much.
We both got Marvel Unlimited. We've been messing with that. We want to talk about.
Yeah.
So we'll get there next week. You're not here, right?
No. My sister's flying in from California, and next Wednesday night is the only time that I can see her and my parents before Labor Day.
OJ's not here next week. I'll be here with some fashion. But before we get out of here tonight, I want to do the art quickly.
Oh, cool.
And then we'll say our goodbyes. Let's see if I can load it. All right, here we go. This is from Smart Guy. It is Ben Affleck in the bat suit, which looks kind of, I don't know. Looks like it has veins in it. It has like muscles built into it. I don't know what's going on. A giant cod piece of some sort.
Like if it's that form fitting and it's made of hard material, then that's kind of ridiculous.
I don't know. And then you got Mr. Red Trotta behind him playing Alfred, I assume. Very nice. I agree with that casting choice. Comes to us from Rye Spirit. He drew this on himself or tattooed himself. StayBallsy with a heart.
Aw.
We love Rye Spirit. Rye Spirit created the Demondo eyeball logo that you see in the episode. That's from Rye Spirit. That evil, weird-looking thing. And this is from the Madhead. He created Ed Trotta statue claymation bust. That's what he called this, a bust. Pretty cool. I know Ed was real excited. We should have talked to Ed about this. He was real happy about that. We saw it on Twitter.
We'll have to bring it up next time.
There's always so many things to talk about, and then time just goes.
Yeah, seriously.
He also made us. That's me in like 20 years and I'm homeless.
And that's me if I were attractive.
My eyes are just bugging out of my head. You look like a character from Doug. Don't you?
Yeah, I look like Skeeter plus Roger plus
Patty.
Somebody. Thanks.
This comes to us from Kyle May. School's starting soon. He's asking people on Twitter, what should be my first attire I wear to school? Which shirt?
By the way, are those the Beatles are behind us, aren't they? In the previous image.
Of us?
Yeah.
It looks like a Beatles puzzle.
Cool.
1,000 pieces, looks like.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks like some coins are thrown on top of it. The Madhead's got a very strange sanctum that he lives in.
Mm. But,
Kyle May.
So yeah, very, very difficult decision here.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden. I see people on Twitter talking to each other about where do you get the shirts. It's kind of funny. Mark was actually answering a lot of questions about this. He knew he knew more than anyone. It's kind of hidden, but is it an Etsy? How do you get there? Is there a web address?
Etsy.com/theepicmail.
And there's nearly not many shirts left. This way we don't really push it too much because there's only like 5 left.
I think we have 4 or 5 large blue shirts. I think 2 extra large blue shirts. A few, maybe like 2 or 3 large, medium or small schnoz shirts, and maybe a couple large and extra large StayBallsy shirts in black.
So yeah, try that. It's on Etsy.com, and the Epic Mail's the address. I don't know. So,
yep, you'll get a personalized.
We suck at marketing things. I don't know.
Little card signed by us, and wristbands, and love.
This is from the King of Kings 5400. He created this. He said he spent them all day, and it shows. Wonderful, sir.
You just look like you got this wonderful vision for the future.
I don't, but I do look that way. There's nothing in there. It's a completely blank slate inside my mind. Bushi created this. It is the new Schnozman Hole Punch logo, apparently. Which is the combination of the masks and faces. It has the dates of when it came out and when it was finished.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, he did a European style with the date. I was looking at that. I was like, huh.
Yeah, I've decided to be a rebel.
Yeah.
And I just do it by doing year, month, day now.
I've seen that done as well.
I'm like, forget it, we're going large to small.
I don't know how does that happen where like it's different in different places. Like just the date, it's like what? I understand there was a revolution and everything, but I mean that's what. Okay, maybe that's what it was all about. Is that possible?
I guess.
Bushi made this as well. That's the logo in the eyes of Violet that Rice Spirit made, the Demondo logo. Violet has left the Epic Mail. She's on her own now, so we don't know what's going on with that.
Bum. What's she up to?
Bushi created this as well. Schnozman Hole Punch, American flag. The way it was meant to be. Bushi as well.
Is the blue goo?
What? Oh, well, yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. If you love evil, they're going to zinc your face. There's a picture of Jeff Reagan covered in his goop. OJ created that goop on the spot, actually, on location.
Yeah, we had done some test runs, but that was the one we made there.
It was made with what, glue? And blue? Paint?
Yeah, Elmer's washable children's glue, blue food gel and food coloring, and borax cleaning solvent.
There you go. And we poured it on him, and then it started raining completely. All over him. Anyway, there's a lot of things to talk about with that. It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah. And they spelled Zick right.
So we have the POJ box. It is P.O. Box 2567, Danbury, Connecticut, 06813. I've been receiving some things. Let me show this one first, because I actually know what this is. This comes to us from our friend Damien in the UK. He sent me a custom StayBallsy jersey, as you can see there, which is pretty unbelievable and cool. I wish I had arms that were defined and not sticks that are that seem to be whittled down to a bone. And I could wear something that was a sleeveless attire like this, but maybe I could put a sweater on over and then put this on top of it. But it's very cool. And,
well, if you don't want defined arms, you can eat the Love It bacon jam.
Yes, maybe that's what he was thinking with this. Here's the bacon jam you eat. Yeah, like you said, that's brilliant. But yeah, it's a bacon jam that comes from East London. It's a locally made deal. I have eaten it. I like it. Very interesting. It's an interesting flavor. It's not quite a jam. It's not quite a relish. It's a spread. I don't know. I like it though. I put it on a burger. It's wonderful. And then this is the last photo today. It's I received this. It had no return address, which I thought wasn't allowed, but somehow they went through. A Ray Charles stamp, which was perhaps the most disturbing part of the entire thing, and then just insanity inside. A manifesto and a note, but we appreciate any type of mail that is sent. including that, including anything else that people want to send in. Show it here on the show. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for tonight's episode. It's good to be back. I look forward to kind of getting into a nice groove of shows. It always feels kind of... I'm starting to get better with it. It feels a little off track.
Well, my head is weird.
Like when we always start the show, I'm kind of like, whoa. What is this we're doing here? Talking? I don't know what to say. But hopefully we get on a nice track. We'll get back to where we were maybe some time ago and into the groove. So OJ's not here next week. I'll have a replacement. And he will be back the week after, perhaps. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll be back.
Depending on how his the tryouts go next week. Maybe he'll be back or not. And that said, any final words, OJ?
Well, now I'm just sad.
I'm just joking around, please.
Okay.
Don't you understand, John, how this works? I include you in everything I do. You're my muse, sir.
I'm very needy.
You're going to be in the Ed Trotta, written by Ed Trotta, directed by John Rambo. OJ's the kid with the ball. We're doing that. We already decided on this. You're always in everything, okay? Jeez.
All right. No, but I want to say, again, thanks y'all for tuning in. I had fun tonight, even though my internet makes me cry. Let's see if I can get that fixed by the time we're back. Updates will follow on Twitter when I've made progress there. And, yeah, I'm glad that the show is back, and prepare yourselves because it is coming.
Whoa, that's odd. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to you later. Adios. And goodbye.
Wait, we have to do the...
We don't have to do anything. You want me to do the real...
For Ed Trotta, for John Rambo, this is OJ signing off. This has been John Rambo Presents the Show, the best in free and optional entertainment. Have a good night. Take it away, Rambo.
That's it. It's done. Is that it?
Yes.
All right, my friends. Take it easy. I'll be back. Bye-bye.